We are live on Facebook, guys. So, leave comments, like things. We're so excited, man. It's going to be a great show today. And we would like to introduce two very special guests who have been on the show before.
Yeah.
We're talking about Hudson's younger brother, a.k.a. Fitness Guru, a.k.a. Pierre Charles, a.k.a. we call him Enoch, a.k.a. the master at what he does. Say hello to the people.
Hey everyone, I feel very good to be here again with you guys.
Yes, sir. Good to have you.
You want to introduce our next guest, Hudson?
The next guest is the man that's making everything happening right now.
Well,
in this place in the studio. His name is Welch Paul.
Welch Prince Paul. I don't know why I said that. I have to say it,
Yes, sir.
Where's
Yes,
Prince?
sir.
So the man who makes all this happen, guys, is Welch Prince Paul. He is behind the scenes, but he is going to help us today on our very special topic. Yesterday was a very interesting event that happened in the United States of America.
In the world, I should say. All over the
world.
world.
The world celebrates. I don't
know.
know if the world celebrates it.
It's not only the United States,
I
but we know in the world.
I don't know how good. I don't pay attention.
All the lovers were out there doing their thing.
I don't pay attention to what happens to Indonesia. Yesterday was Valentine's Day. So as the four men that we are, we needed Hudson's perspective, Welch's perspective, because he is a married man. So we always need his perspective. And the three of us, we are three single men. We're just giving our perspective and what we think about Valentine's Day. We're going to have fun with it, guys, We're not here to diminish anything. We're here to have a good time. We're here to just laugh it up. But we're here to be honest about how we feel about that day.
Before we get any further,
Absolutely.
we know that H&R Show, it's all about educating others, share God's light, talk about the gospel, talk about anything social, family oriented values and all that. So we just want to make sure that we bring those points out, because a lot of people out there, they don't know, because we grew up, okay, and we see things that's been there even for thousands of years. We just follow it. And I'm one of those that I'm always researching. That's what the knowledge is great, because knowledge opens your eyes in so many things. So I've always wanted to search, make research. Okay, why they call it this? Why they call it that? And Valentine's Day is no different. And I know a lot of people out there, we have intentions to celebrate things because that's what makes us feel good about ourselves, And it's all about love, celebration of love. But at the same time, if you know the history behind it, the story behind it, at least you will like, okay, at least I'm aware of certain things. Yeah. Not to tell you to change your view, not to tell you to do what you're supposed to do. I'm not telling you, we're not telling you what to do, but at least you will know the truth about certain things that we do, we have in our lives every day,
No, it's real. The thing about it is, when it comes to Valentine's Day, my only issue I have with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so we are living in a social media driven society, right? Yeah. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I saw some good stuff. I saw some real creativity. Like some dudes, they really went all out. I was like, I was like, I might have to use that, 'cause I saw some really good romantic stuff. The only apprehension I have with it is that as a man, shouldn't that be like a weekly thing? Shouldn't you be showing your spouse love every week? Because I'm just of the mindset that if your spouse literally is looking forward to Valentine's Day every year, then you're not doing your job. Like I'm just of that mindset. What do you think?
You know what? What I was gonna say is this. I feel like, just like you just said, it should be something that a man does or a woman does on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I feel like we are really caught up in what we call the trend. Like, sometimes not all trends are the right thing to follow.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I have my girlfriend, right? Well, why would I wait all the way to February 14th to give her all the chocolates
Make her
in
feel
the
special?
world,
That's real.
all the flowers
That's
in the
real.
world? I feel like something is off. Because this is something I should be able to do on a weekly or monthly or daily basis. Right. Think about this. And also I think also the girl receives whatever you're offering to to them, like to her that day, on the 14th, she appreciates it more than if you were
doing that every day,
doing it like on a regular, or you just choose a day to do it. It's a mindset. It's with that mindset.
It's because I think to me, in my personal opinion, when I'm watching this, and it feels like society dictate mostly what people do, and we all following what society does, unless if we're talking about the gospel, we're talking about God, it's a different take. But if we're talking about society, for example, let's just talk about, just real quick, Thanksgiving society. Everybody, when it's Thanksgiving, everybody's making all the necessary preparations just to be ready for Thanksgiving, because that day we're gonna have food, we're gonna have all family comes from everywhere just to celebrate. But I feel I also see that things for Valentine's is pretty much the same. People just adopt it. But I was talking to my brother not long ago, I said every holiday got a history behind it. There's a story behind it. You may not know it, you have good intentions, but sometimes if you know the story or what it stands for,
or Valentine, what the word Valentine
means. Where it comes from, because I have a problem with the word Valentine, but I don't have problem with people celebrating love. So because love is something.
There's nothing wrong with nothing wrong celebrating love. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with celebrating love.
We supposed to love
celebrating
each other.
love is a beautiful thing.
You have your girlfriend, your wife. Love is a beautiful thing to celebrate.
Very beautiful.
But it's the Valentine. And in some countries, French countries, they say Saint Valentin. Saint. There's a saint.
There's a saint
behind it. So we can also talk about that. But before we get to this, that's what I wanted to just bring up first, because they call it Saint Valentin, and in English it says Valentine's Day.
So Valentine was the man's name.
Exactly.
And he was marrying people off in secret. He was marrying people off in secret. But when the Romans found this out, they chopped his head off. They killed him. So to sit there and commemorate his memory, they named it Valentine's Day.
So because he was executed
on February 14th.
In his honor.
Yes, so in his honor, they named it Valentine's Day. But the problem is with the people, what's wrong with that? Well, it's kind of like worship. It's like worshiping a saint. That's the issue. And let's not even get started on Onboard Arrows.
I will pass it to Welsh in a few minutes, but listen to this. I see everything that was connected with the Roman Empire at that time. You already know where the zodiac come from. They were practicing that like crazy.
They're crazy.
Astrology, crazy.
Orgies, all that
and
stuff.
They come with all those mythical gods. You know what I'm saying? When we were talking about methodology, the Roman Empire was big on that. And that's where you get the God of love, or God of wisdom. All those are gods that were fabricated just to make people believe other gods other than the true God. You know what I'm saying? And then they become with Cupid. Cupid is the one that can touch your heart with the arrow. All those little things here. So all those things.
Everybody go, the baby's so cute.
As history going, generation after generation, things change. And then what it used to stand for somehow got changed, because it no longer looked like what it used to look like. Now it becomes something that looks harmless, but without knowing it, you become part of a ritual that took place thousands of years even before you were here. Welch, what you got for us, man?
Welch, Mr. Married Man, let us know what's up. So from a married man's perspective, what do you see Valentine's Day as, and how did you and your wife, how do you guys see it? How do you guys celebrate it?
Yes, sir. I think it's become just like Christmas. It may not. It's not something I care for, honestly.
Yeah, I got you.
Put a specific and say I'm gonna do all of this. Like for instance, yesterday I got no flowers. I didn't get no chocolate.
Aren't you the one that's supposed to give the flowers?
At the same time too, I like flowers too.
You like flowers, huh?
I hear you, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I like getting chocolate.
He's a gardener.
I
huh?
remember one time I was at work and the mailman, delivery came, and then my wife sent me flowers at work.
Aw.
That's
Great.
great.
That's great.
That's pretty nice.
So for me, I look at it as it's not really a big deal. I think if you're someone who celebrates love
Yep.
every day of your life,
Yep.
Amen.
and first is, the idea that you love yourself. I appreciate the time like yesterday. I saw a lot of people took the time to also celebrate them, like people
Themselves.
who are single.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
I think it's a beautiful thing to celebrate love. I have no problem with it, honestly, in the sense of people who took the time a day catered to love. But like y'all said, if it's a day, just that day, you save everything just for that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like, man, you must have a lot of money. One.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna tell you.
Some people went in, bro. I was like, whoa.
But listen,
some people went in, bro. I was like,
talked to
oh
a
my
lot of
goodness.
men. They're afraid of that day.
I'm like, are you gonna marry this woman? I'm like, yo, you gotta marry this woman? Because some cats went in.
I mean, I understand the female perspective. From when it comes to women loves this
Chocolate,
You know what I'm
flowers.
saying?
It's
they
their
love
day.
The flowers.
It's
they
their
love
day.
to
It's
feel
their day.
special.
It's their day.
I have a question.
Yeah.
We men, we are the one who are supposed to give chocolates and flowers.
Technically speaking, yes.
Technically.
Can they do that too? Can the women, give
They
us?
could, yeah.
They should. I think they should.
Is it a one-sided thing?
I mean, I've actually seen, some females actually give men gifts on that day.
Some women do that.
I've seen some females give men that gifts on that day, yeah. It's like when you're a kid, they give you lollipops.
This is the whole point in the sense of there's absolutely nothing wrong with celebrating someone you care about.
No, nothing wrong with it. Yeah, that's perfect. It's beautiful.
But I think the ideal is it becomes so much of it's too commercialized.
It is.
Oh, extremely commercialized.
It's a business day.
Yeah, it is.
Because today, honestly, I promise you the flowers are 40% cheaper.
Exactly.
That's real.
So, but for me, if I was any couple that trying to be smart about it, shoot, baby, let's celebrate that 15.
Spoken like a married man, for real. Okay. Spoken like a married man.
Cheaper today than yesterday. So, like, you go any store right now, there's a 60% off in all chocolate.
That's real. That's real.
So baby, let's celebrate the 15th.
I mean,
but a lot of female too. They got their flowers on the 13th. Like it means that she was giving it to someone else.
Yeah.
Woo!
So sorry guys if I'm putting your business out there. There's a lot of people who got theirs early, who celebrate their Valentine's Day early.
Some get it later too.
Yeah, some got later.
Yeah.
Because somebody actually spent the day on the 14th. So sorry to put your but no, the truth is I think love should be celebrated. But not catered to one day.
Yeah.
Amen.
I mean, one day's not enough for me.
So the one I was gonna say, right?
Yeah.
Another thing I have to address. So I gotta address this. And our boy Junior was in here earlier, right? Why? Okay. You see, I'm not trying to put females on blast, but I'm just keeping it real quick, okay?
By the way, Emily is watching this podcast right now.
Emily, what's up? Emily, what's up, Emily?
She's like, oh boy, here we go.
Emily, how you doing? Salute to you, sweetheart. Tom Brady all day, son. TB12. No, anyways, so I'm not trying to put people on blast though, but I realize females are extremely apprehensive showing their man on social media. Not all females, because sometimes they be blasting them, all year round, which I respect that. But that one day yesterday, there were some girls I didn't even know were even in relationships. They act single throughout the year. On that one day, this is my boo. I'm like, you got a man? For real? Because I didn't know. I'm like, yo, this is my boo. It's my baby. I'm like,
it
oh,
could
snap.
be a rental.
But
I'm
do
like,
you think
rental? Could be a rental.
Yo.
Oh, snap, son.
Do you think a lot of people
Crazy.
feel pressured on that day?
I mean,
of course, yeah.
But if that's the case, I mean, let's ask the question. If you're pressured on a day, what are you doing the other 364 days?
What happened?
This is why I disagree.
You know what I'm saying? What are you doing?
Yeah. So that's exactly what we're talking about here. like what you said, it's too commercialized and everything.
Much.
You know, everything. And Valentine's Day makes money to
It's money.
to the world, to America, everywhere you go, because people are buying stuff, buying candy, buying chocolate,
Yeah, exactly.
flowers. You know, I mean, listen, you wanna celebrate love, it's a great thing, but only we just want to bring that up, like Valentines. When we talk about that for a second, it didn't start like the way it is right now.
No,
it didn't start like that.
No.
It was a time in the Roman Empire where they were checking the tick between February 13th to the 15th to have what?
Orgies. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's how it started.
A lust.
That's how it started.
During those 3 nights, it was a lust movement.
And
going
I mean,
on,
let's be honest,
especially in the youth.
Hasn't changed so much.
The youth were
atmosphere.
doing that. It's like the place. You know, back in those days, the king, you know, when he said something,
The king was like,
you know, everybody must follow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's how it started.
That's how it started.
That's how it started. But as time goes on, generations, it changes into that. Which is why when we're talking about, like, you know, we should not be following the trend. It depends on what kind of trend it is.
It's real.
Some trends are positive, some trends are negative, some trends you don't even know. It's always good for you to educate yourself, which is why we always preach in this podcast, educate yourself.
Oh, we'll try something.
You know? So
It's let me ask you guys a question.
yeah.
Yes, brother.
Since I'm the married man here.
You are the married man.
And so what if that you're in a relationship?
Yeah.
And that's what your girl celebrate.
Then
That
I'm
is-
not doing my job.
That's good. So
No. You want to, because, like, okay, for me it's like this, right? So if I'm entering into a relationship and my significant other, my wife, because so they're saying hypothetically we're married, right? Or we're getting into a relationship, Welch.
No.
Getting.
And
Married,
You're in
right?
a relationship. It doesn't matter
Okay.
what level of the relationship.
Well,
you're in.
here's, and this has always been my mindset. If my significant other is looking forward to Valentine's Day, like really looking forward to it, then I'm not doing my job.
No, but what if she really
No, but
into holidays?
you
They're
gonna
also-
find
No. Listen. Like, okay. Here's my thing, right? Christmas, I get. You know, Thanksgiving, I understand. Valentine's Day, I feel like, well, you can have, you know, Thanksgiving, you know, give gifts, you know, for Christmas. I just feel like love is something that should be expressed on a consistent basis. So it's like, okay, now, if that's something that my girl celebrates, you know what? I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I gotta do what I gotta do. Like, that's my girl. But at the same time, if her mindset is, yeah, Valentine's Day is just another day, I'm doing my job.
No.
That's how I feel.
What I'm saying is, I feel
Yeah.
like it's kind of hard
it's
not to
Yep.
get into it.
Especially with a
Yes,
social
it
media
is.
driven society now.
Not even social media.
Yeah, you see everybody
That's
celebrating
true
it.
because everyone else is, you know.
No,
Come
it's
on,
not even-
everybody's celebrating,
the
bro.
spirit.
That's a marketing.
It's around.
campaign.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's around.
You can't-
Everybody's celebrating it.
Business, when
You
it
can't
comes
miss it.
to-
Yeah,
Bro,
it's everywhere.
Valentine's Day
You
right
can't
after Christmas.
you can't escape it. You can't escape it.
Right after Christmas, you're not even.
That's true.
You're not even into New Year, bro.
Yeah, you
Like,
see
day
flowers,
after
the chocolates.
Christmas,
That's true.
The balloon, the candy.
That's true,
Yeah.
that's true.
everything else,
Yep.
the
That's
party.
true.
Yep.
So it's kind of hard for you to have someone. For me, I feel like as a father now, my job is to treat my daughter and my son the importance of love.
Yes.
That they actually grew up with it. Like, for instance, yesterday I wanted to buy my daughter flowers. Like, I really,
Aw.
I really wanted to do that because to allow her to understand, like, you growing up with these things. So I think there's so much, a lot of females, there's so much not getting that type of love,
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
that type of they hungry for it.
Yeah. But that day they have to have it.
Yeah.
it's like in the
I gotta have it on the 14th.
Yeah.
like I need it, I got to have it.
Right.
Or even there's some girls who actually got single before the holiday because there's some guys who not really, I don't want to spend the money, I'm gonna be single, and they break up with their significant other. Or there's all people who gonna get into relationship
Yeah.
just so they could get something.
It's
And
true.
It's
true.
So I think for me, as a father, I think it's one thing I want to embrace in my little girl, embrace in my son, to allow them to understand the importance of love, to Valentine to understand that that day is not important. Celebrate it.
Not really.
Good for
Yeah.
you.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You know, you want to do something. There are people who went to dinner. There are people who went to
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's fine.
whatever you
No,
want.
it's
Exactly.
fine.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Yesterday I invited my sisters over and I cooked dinner.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That was my Valentine Day. I was in the kitchen.
Right,
You
right.
know, celebrating the women's in my life.
What you make?
So
You didn't invite me,
know
bro?
you always
Come
throw
on, you know
that.
how to eat your food,
You
man.
always throw that.
Like that, son.
So yesterday I made some squash soup with
squash soup.
lobster, shrimp, and
We Bob on them.
He's been
I
holding
actually
down on
had-
us.
See that? You see
They
that?
hold down on us.
It's
Huh?
good. It's
So, nèg la fait soup jumeau
Wow.
avec lambi. We Bob on them.
Wow.
Bob on them?
Shrimp.
and made some salmon, ate some white rice.
So do you still have this at the house? Like, is it still like
Yes,
leftovers?
I still have some soup at the wife.
So
It's for the wife at home.
that's
just said
great
for
to
the
hear.
wife before
That's
some.
great to hear.
Doesn't do good for me.
See the importance of
I
love,
want
like
some.
what just said. He's teaching his kids, his daughters, what it means to be loved. You know, and we're not trying to tell people out there that you don't know what you're doing.
No.
That's not what we're doing. We're trying to bring some light into this because sometimes you have to know certain things. Like, for example, ourselves, like me, love, I know God's give that because God is love. The ultimate source of love is God. You know what I'm saying? And for us to know, you cannot give love until you know yourself. That's why when Wes just talk about like, I see people celebrate themselves because they try to get to know themselves. You know what I'm saying? And the whole aspect of love, if you're just looking forward to love for just that one day, and as you know, on that day, a lot of babies gonna get made. They're gonna get made.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Fornications and all that. You do your thing. I understand that's your life, but the world's gonna do what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is just to understand the intent behind everything that you keep in your heart. You know what I'm saying? The intent. Are you just doing that because everybody's doing it?
Exactly.
Or are you trying to express it every day in your life, every day to the person that you care about, every day? Because if you're doing that to the person that's in your life right now, your girlfriend, your wife, they probably be not even put a check mark on February 14 because they live in it every day.
So, you know,
You see what I'm saying?
Does your girl even care about Valentine's Day?
Not really.
You know what I'm saying?
And so what that tells me is that
you know what I was
he's doing his thing.
You know what I was thinking?
Yeah.
This it's a day of love, right?
Right.
Celebrating love. You know, there are multiple type of love. So it's a day that celebrates romantic love.
Yep.
Oh,
Romantic.
that is
That's
okay.
fire.
That's deep.
That's fire.
fire
I like
right
that.
there.
Exactly.
That's
You know,
fire right
because,
there.
You know, I was thinking about that, right?
Yeah.
Romantic love versus, you know, we have so many homeless out there. So many, like, is there a day where we celebrate love, like, you know, care about those
Caring
that
about
we have,
homeless.
Love,
you know,
for the
compassionate
neighbors.
ones, the
Do you
ones
guys-
who don't,
It's
who
deep
don't
right
have
now.
a
I love
house
that.
to live,
I
like,
love
This
that.
is deep.
who need help,
Exactly. That's
right?
true.
This is romantic love. That's why so many, you know, young girls get pregnant and all this. You know, I really, you know, this is not something I can really support.
You know, just
entirely.
press the red button.
I
know?
love that take.
Yo, Enoch,
I love
Enoch,
that
I have
take.
never
You know what I'm saying?
heard that before. Like I've heard people talk about, but that what you just said is authentic. Like to me, and like Welch said earlier, it's like there are certain individuals who are not in relationships, but decide, okay, you know, we're gonna celebrate ourselves today. Like Welch said, he celebrated the women in his life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was this close to thinking I should probably get my sisters something. But I said that if I do that, see, cause like I was like, maybe I should get them chocolates. But then we got chocolates for Christmas. They never touched them. So I'm like, they don't like chocolates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I thought, and I had a conversation with my younger sister Laureen about Valentine's Day, and I'm like, I'm gonna be a hypocrite if I give them anything for stuff I was saying. So I was like, I can't do that. So what ended up happening was for me, and as I reflect on the day, it's like, okay, I need to show more love. and the kind of love that Enoch's talking about, like the love you have for a homeless person, the love you have for a sibling or a significant other, that agape love, that a love, that unconditional love that Christ is consistently showing us on a day-to-day basis. Cause so to me, that's important. And one more thing I gotta say. I'm sorry, I gotta say this.
Ready for that one?
Listen, man. There's some people, and I've said this before, like legitimately, okay? And I wrote a post about this the other day, and my homegirl Amelie, she came at she came at me for this.
At you.
But you know what? Honestly, I do feel this way, and I think because you can tell there's something in there's strongholds in the atmosphere during Valentine's Day, because it plays with your head, and I feel like individuals who are supposed to break up, let's say like a month or so, oh, Valentine's Day is down the road. I can't break up with him now because I know that he is I know that he is going to make up for all his shortcomings on this day.
He's gonna tolerate that.
So she's going to ignore everything that he's been doing.
Yeah.
Or someone that you broke up with, the dude shows up with flowers on that day. Oh, thank you, baby. I'll take you back, baby. I'm just like, man. Like, to me, that's powerful, bro. On that one day. If it was March 15th, I'm all set. Valentine's Day? Nah, man.
Yeah, what you got, Will?
Well, what you got, homie?
No, so I just think so we become so culture-driven.
Yes.
Sense of, and we're not the first generation.
No.
But we become so much culture-driven, everything surrounding us. And it's easy to adopt to the norm, the new normal.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fellas, I don't care who you are. You can be a holier than thou, man. Like, for me, I remember the first Valentine's Day when I got married. I went out. Yo, I went all out.
Spent so much.
Yo, I bought some expensive
You hit your pocket. You hit your pockets on that one.
Yo, I hit my pocket. And then, but it's clearly, I remember when she got there, sat on the table, we having dinner, and then the first question she asked me, how much was this flower cost?
It's good you have a girl like that, bro.
Like, you know, it's a wifey shoes. I don't think she would have asked that question if it was some red bottom I got her though. I don't think it would have been, because she's a shoes girl.
Yeah.
I think, you know, so what I'm saying is there is, if that's what you do as a relationship, I think everybody has to pick what you do. Mm-hmm. Like, it may works for me. Like, yesterday I wasn't at the flower shop. I wasn't doing this. But I also doesn't need that day to send flowers. I also doesn't need that day to do all of that.
I don't know, boss.
Right.
But if you, that's what I said. People sometimes they look at those relationship goals and stuff like this, and like, we're not the same. We don't have the same DNA.
True.
Like, so just because I don't care to celebrate it, that doesn't mean you guys, when y'all get married, you showed up at home and do the same thing. and the girl, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I really want you guys to understand. Because if someone grew up with that every
single day,
every Valentine's
it means something to them. Yeah, that's fine.
Well,
that's fine. Yeah.
To go out to dinner.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's the importance of knowing who you're in a relationship with.
Exactly.
That's true.
There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, there are some people who make a big deal out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't get me the flowers,
if you something's gonna happen.
Didn't get me that.
Something's gonna happen.
We're gonna have some problems.
You borderline put all your relationship into that day.
That day.
Just like Richard said, if y'all were going to break up, like, just because it's the holidays coming, I would wait till March.
Right.
Just so I can get that.
Right.
That's basically you selling yourself short.
Thank you.
Yes.
True.
Short said, I don't worth that much. Just for a couple of flowers that cost, $60.
Yeah.
You know, and the flower shop getting all the money, is that what you bow yourself to?
Here's the biggest question. After all the energy you just put on 14, how's your 15 going?
How's the 15 going?
Yeah. What happened on 15 now?
I was 12. How did you celebrate your 12? Love is a yearly thing. It's an everyday thing.
Every day.
Everyday thing, man.
You fight. I promise you, yo, when you get married, you start to understand even your flaws, and your partner, you start to love the flaws.
Right.
It's true.
You start to appreciate the thing that annoys you the most. The moment they stop doing that, you start to raise questions like,
That's true.
what? Why are you changing?
Wow.
So you start to love some people's flaws in relationship. But this is why it's important to teach. Like, you know, so like I said, to teach my kids early. Like the importance of themselves, the importance of who they are. And I hope when my daughter gets to be in the dating age, she won't need a man to show her how to love. She won't need a man to show her love is.
Right.
And I tell this for the men that listening, that's one advice.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you that.
Yes.
You cannot teach your daughter romantic love. As a father, I cannot teach her that.
That's true.
It's true.
That's
I
true.
can teach her love from her father,
Yeah.
like how, what she deserves.
Yes.
But I cannot teach her romantic love. And I think a lot of time, men, we spend so much time giving our daughter great things, but we treat their mothers as crap. So the only way I could teach her her worth is how I treat her mother.
Right.
Fire.
How I treat her mother.
Amen.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah, just keep preaching, Preston.
By giving her mother, even if, you know, because things happen in relationship. You could have been with this person, you wanted to have your lifetime with that person. Things happen, people change. But just because you may not be together anymore, that doesn't mean this person doesn't deserve to be respected. Because your daughter could still learn, this is how my mother's being treated.
Yeah.
The way you treat her mother, that's how she will know her worth. And so that's my advice. Even if you're a single father, you a single mom, the way you being treated says a lot how your daughter's going to be, what she's going to accept, the type of men that's going to come into her life, because those things are crucial. So that's why for me, the best way I could treat the worth to my daughter is how I treat my wife.
I couldn't not say it better myself. So
stuff.
technically, we don't hate
No.
what people celebrate.
No, not
as
at all,
love.
not at all.
We not. If you think that we're trying to, downplay or trying to say it's wrong,
No.
me personally, I love to celebrate love.
So do I. I love
my
love.
God is love.
Yes,
what I'm saying?
I love love.
Jesus is love.
Everything about love
So
is beautiful,
I got love
man.
for my brothers.
Everything about love is beautiful.
But like my brother said, that day is just to celebrate
romantic love.
love.
Exactly.
But some people just put it in the same basket. Yeah. But all we were trying to do is bring the light into what's behind, because everything that you do in this world, there's a story behind it.
Exactly.
We didn't know. When I was growing up, Christopher Columbus, it was all about, he discovered America and he discovered Haiti.
Come to find out.
And he was telling me.
Come to find out,
but
Native Americans.
after people start to go back into history and check on those facts, they're like, wait a minute. What are we celebrating?
Exactly.
The guy was just killing people.
That's so true.
Am I right, brother? Yeah. He was just killing people.
He went on the land where people already were and was killing them.
Discovered a place.
So you can discover a land like, oh, this is mine, man, because everybody who was here, I killed them.
So that's what it is. So you have to know what's behind
Columbus
certain
Day.
things. Yes, we grew up in a society where they celebrate a lot of things. There's a lot of holidays going on, but you gotta make sure that you educate yourself.
So
can I ask you guys a question?
What's up?
Yeah.
Hey, Hudson Broad. Hey, do y'all feel like love sent as brothers in Christ, and have y'all feel like the love is represented enough in church for people to love? Or is it something that it's good to say to make us feel good that it's that agape love, right?
Yes.
So is it something that we feel good saying? But as saying it, as it transpired enough to shift our society into knowing that love that leaves the building, it goes outside.
Well, the one thing I will say, honestly, I have seen as of late, especially I'll say women, I gotta hand it to them, because a lot of them are just celebrating love, period.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of them are not waiting for a man to, get with them to give them flowers and candy. I saw a few girls who were out, like, just for themselves. Like, we're just celebrating ourselves, celebrating the fact that we love love.
Yeah.
And we're coming together. So I'm saying, so I feel like the thing about it is, yeah, the church does have responsibility to teach certain things, but it's up to us because the church is the people. So so if I'm going to a church and they're not teaching the right thing, it's not up to them. You know what I'm saying? So I have my own mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to me to do what I know is right in the eyes of the Lord and to implement what I know is right. It's not, so the church can't not dictate how I am as a person. I have to be able, as a grown man, as a 35-year-old man, to make that decision. You know what I'm saying? Like that's up to me to show out love because God has shown me the path. So it's up to me to make decisions.
So what was just said?
Not the church.
That's a very good question, by the way.
I love this question because
it's a great question.
Yeah,
it's a very good question because, we sometimes see there's a lack of this, brotherly love in churches, and I will go back to what you were saying. It's really personal, because certain people, they come to church and their heart is filled with love, brotherly love with their brothers and sisters, but some, they don't have it.
No, not at all.
Is it taught in churches, or is it taught in our community?
Probably not enough.
Not enough.
Yes, probably not.
Not enough. Not enough.
And
it is taught, not enough.
Also, what I can say, there's a cultural thing with it too, because naturally, like, we love to show tough love and stuff, like, this soft and, hey, brother, I love you. Even some of us, we have a hard time to say I love you, to a brother or a sister or to our mother.
It's true.
Even our fathers or moms sometimes have a hard time to say I love you. So it's not something that, really the church can fix, but I think it's something that family can fix.
Yeah.
This is something that only family, the family you grew up, how they show you love as a kid, and then you grow up, because you can have God in your life and not being able to show brotherly love to your brother.
No.
You can have God in your life and your heart is still hard. This is crazy, because the power of will, the will to love, you may not have it. You may decide not to love people.
But you actually know to love. This is the part I'm saying, because I feel like the reason why I said it, since Hudson brought it out, for me to know the love God's love, it should be exemplified.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
If it's not being exemplified, and then it's easy to hear it.
You're just pushing it out. Yeah.
But once I don't know what's the active, how can I show it to someone else?
Yeah.
When I never know, because I could say I love Hudson and then I'm talking behind his back.
That's true.
But Hudson thinks I love him.
Yeah.
But in reality, I truly don't. That's the part. How do we transpire that?
Let me.
As men of God, for the next generation. Forget the generation.
Yeah.
So okay. So that's the question. As our generation, how do we prepare to be more transparent of that love?
Yes.
So are we able to share it with multiple people?
So the thing is it's simple. Number one, you have to know the true definition of love, and you cannot have real love first if you don't love God. Number one. Number two, if you're not at peace and love yourself, you cannot transmit that love to other people. And first, if you don't teach the right way to love. We have in a society right now, like the black community, Haitian community, like my brother just says, tough love, but we don't even know how to love properly. Even though we have years that we're preaching about love, but sometimes we don't even know how to express it to other people. The hypocrisy, all the stuff that we're dealing. That's why our church is facing a phase right now where until there's more sincerity in the love that they say they're showing, the love of Jesus, that Jesus gave, the agape love, this love, we have a lot of work to do. But as human beings, I still know and I still believe the Holy Spirit can get this work done. But us, ourselves, we need to start checking out our reality. For the next generation that's coming, it's my job, it's Richard's job, it's Enoch's job, it's Welch's job. As he said, he's starting at home. He's starting with the daughters. He's starting with his kids. When I have my kids, do the same thing. When you have your kids, because true love start with God, but it start at home. The whole thing start at home. Because if you don't know how to do it even in the house, how are you going to do that in the church? How are you going to do that anywhere you are? So it's all revert back to God, and make sure that you do your homework on what God, love is supposed to be about. It's all in the Bible. It's all there for you to understand. Yeah. But the thing is, we have to be true to ourselves at the same time. We cannot give love if we're hypocrites. We cannot give love if we know that we're talking to the brother right now, and then tomorrow we're talking bad. Even if we have any problems, we get together to talk. We don't have to put other people in the situations. That's not love. You know what I'm saying? So we got work to do. But we love the session today. But we could sit here and talk
forever about it, But our time's running, guys. But before we go, since Enoch and Welch are the guests in the pocket, Welch is always here every week. You just don't see him. Yeah, he's
always.
But is there any projects, Enoch, that you want to talk about to people, to introduce to them the things that you're doing right now?
I think that's a very good subject.
He's coming, y'all. He's coming.
Question.
He's coming out, y'all.
You know what?
Y'all don't know.
By showing this love, right?
Yes,
this
sir.
love. Welch asked, are there any ways? What can we do to transfer that love? The love that we are preaching from God. That, okay, this is the ultimate one, the true love. Are there any ways we can transfer that to other people? I believe, not think, that it's by what you do. What do you do for the community? How do you voice yourself? What do you bring to the community? Do you bring things that will challenge people to think differently? Because that also could be love. That also is love.
It's part of it.
Like, it's not really when you only say to the person, I love you. For example, I'm working on this program where I think a lot of the generation that was before us, 50s, 60s, but anyone can be part of it. It's a way for me to be like, I love you guys. I love you. And I know you did a lot for that generation that we are seeing right now and the one that's coming after us. So yeah, the program is all about love.
Yeah, to help others.
Really all about love, to help educate. Education can be also a way to show love. That means you care so much about the well-being of the person. Now you spend time to educate, to bring light into like what we call the way they think of the thing, like the wrong way, or ignorance. Ignorance is something that's very dangerous in our society. So because you're educating, that is love. That is love.
You care for others, you're helping others.
Yeah, this is the theme of the program.
All right, guys.
So Mr. Welch Prince, any projects we should know about now, the people should know about right now that you're working on?
Let's see. We just got to upgrade our studio. We have a multi-function room where we have a stage, we have lighting, we have this. So right now, we just opened the door for it's a multi-services. And that's it. I'm here every week. Anybody who wants to record their podcast, talk show.
Come through.
Come through is the place to be.
Photography. Or if you want to learn, I'm a person, I don't mind teaching others what I do.
That's you.
Because I feel like that's the one thing we can is share progress. That's how we help. That's just that. It's working. That's it.
It was great to have you, Welch, as a guest. Pierre Charles, the coach. We were happy to have you in this podcast. Hey,
thank you.
You know what? This podcast is available. You're gonna find us at Spotify, Alexa, Apple Podcasts,
Quest Radio,
anywhere that you can find a podcast.
Quest Radio.
It's going to be on next Monday at 5 p.m. And as always, we love your support. Continue to support us and like the YouTube channel, like the page, and
H&R
talk
show
to us, because we down to hear your comments and everything that you want to talk. You want us to talk about. We down to hear it, and so we can talk about it.
Okay, everybody, we thank you. We appreciate you guys, and we talked about a lot today. So we want to know, we do love. We appreciate love, but we just all in agreement.
We love the women too.
That's some women. We love you guys, but we just want you to know. We just want you to know that something.
I don't know, nobody call me and say.
We want y'all to know that it's something that should be expressed every single day. So guys, God bless you, and take care. Thank you.
God bless.